Good afternoon. My name's Tom, and as I've returned from my hiatus of 2 weeks, I'm also starting up the weekly politics video again on Fridays, and only weekly unless something truly bizarre happens. Um, and that is because getting bogged down in politics can be really negative. It's not healthy to surround yourself with constant negativity. So rather than make it your whole world, just focus on it in increments and then go about your day. uh, you know maybe maybe you should keep apprised of it, but do not spend all your free time focusing on this stuff because it runs negative. Sometimes that's by design to keep you entertained, but it doesn't actually do anything good for you. Maybe you disagree. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments, I guess. Uh, Speaking of which, like, share, subscribe. I don't actually do YouTube for a living, but hey, I like attention. All right, so let's see. Yesterday, former President Donald J. Trump was found guilty on 34 counts of election fraud. That's all. Let's see. New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez. Yeah, he's in trouble. He seems to be. He's allegedly part of a massive bribery scheme involving halal foods and people from Egypt and the Middle East. He's having a hard time explaining away literal gold bars, and I don't mean like the 1 ouncers. I mean, gold bars that are worth 2 months worth of my wages in one piece at least. Uh, you know, his pockets literally lined with $100 bills in his suits in his mansion. Um, he seems to be attempting the Trump defenses, the standard ones. Surprise. Which are, I haven't done anything wrong. And if I did do something wrong, it doesn't count because I'm immune. And also, my sons, Donald Jr. and Eric, I mean, my wife, she's the one who is responsible for all of this, not me. That hasn't been working out for the former president, and I don't think it's going to work out well for Bob Menendez. Senator Joe Manchin, he is, as of at least an hour ago, probably longer than that, he is now officially registered as an independent. Oh well. Uh, Nikki Haley bizarrely has decided to endorse Donald Trump. Sort of. But not really. But she will be voting for him. Even though she made a speech about not going with the grain and doing what's right 2 months earlier. But she's not telling her constituents to vote for Trump. She's telling them to vote their conscience. Interesting. But ultimately, I'm not sure it's relevant just yet, or what its relevance is. Uh, let's see. I suppose we can break away from U.S. politics a bit and talk about global stuff. Although, of course, the U.S. is involved in a bunch of it. Israel and Gaza. See, leaders of Hamas have been criminally charged by the International Criminal Court. They have also filed charges against Benjamin Netanyahu. The day that happened, well, we know our politicians were not being genuine with us because they expected it. We know they expected it because they already had their talking points drafted out and they were all using the exact same language. Saying this is wrong because while they're both, because they're facing the same charges, they're saying that what one is doing is equal to what the other is doing. Well, that's not true at all. What Hamas has done is similar to the crimes committed by Osama bin Laden, And what Israel is doing is similar to the crimes committed by Slobodan Milosevic on a greater scale, but similar. Um, the thing is, while the charge is the same, that's not drawing an equivalency between the two. That's just more manipulative strategy. And the U.S.'s official position on it is more about U.S. interests than Israel's. Specifically, the U.S. does not recognize the ICC as a legitimate court because if the ICC can assert jurisdiction over other nations with regard to criminal matters, then in theory they could potentially do that with the US, and that means they could potentially charge US leaders with war crimes. The US does not care for that idea. How you choose to interpret that is entirely up to you. Okay, so we've covered all of that. That's really the highlights of the last 2 weeks. I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of headlines. There's been a lot of angry people talking on TV. And yet, really, it all just boils down to this 5 minute video. And I want you to think about that because 2 weeks worth of information driving negative emotions and, feelings of anger or frustration. And yet, that's like 5 minutes. And I don't think you deserve to have your emotions played with like that. Well, again, like, share, subscribe, and have a good day.